Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Mike Rayambuya, your average Joe card slinger, and I do apologize that it has been a bit since my last video upload. Life has just been busy, plus I've been rethinking some of the content I want to do for this channel, and I've been kind of in the process also getting ready for my next regional tournament and stuff like that. But over the past week or so, we gotten a lot of Digimon news in general, but particularly we're going to talk about the new Digimon TCG news. Um, so every so often, the Bandai card division basically will do a presentation where they will talk about all the different TCGs that Bandai currently runs. And rather go through everything because I really only focus on one game from Bandai. We're just going to talk about Digimon and some other Digimon news, uh, TCG wise, a little bit of Time Stranger as well. So let's talk about basically what we've learned in June so far, and we're almost towards the end of the month. So what's new is first things first is a time of release, EX9 versus Monsters, going to be released next week on June 26th. One of kind of the cool things that's coming out of that set is some of the level 5s are going to get these cute little chibi versions of themselves. As you can tell, it's going to be Metal Greymon, Metal Mamemon, Andromon, Megadramon, and Metal Tyrannomon. So basically, a lot of um, cards that most likely will get played in a Machine Dramon deck. These are kind of some special cards that you're going to get, as well as revealed. One of the next secrets for the set is Machine Dramon. This should be a fun set. I'm actually very excited for it. But soon after, on the same day of versus Monster, it's been dubbed Digital Monster Day. And so what's also going to happen on June 26th is going to be a Digimon Times broadcast. This broadcast is going to cover the Digimon TCG, Digimon Time Saver, or Time Stranger, even more information than we got this past week. Various YouTubers have released footage that they got to try out, as well as one of the official Digimon channels also released similar footage as well of what gameplay will look like. But it also will cover the new anime, Digimon Breaker. So really excited for that. I'm really excited to hear about the new anime. So that's also going to be coming on June 26th as well. I will probably, if there's any other news, I will probably attach that to a different video. Maybe attach it to like a July update video if need be. But a lot more Digimon news coming next week. But next month, at the time of this recording, we are going to also get BT22, Eden, Cyber Eden. And they also released a couple of the tamers we are going to see. So a couple things is that here is Yuko Kamishiro. If you notice, there's going to be a CS trait standing for Cyber Sleuth. This is going to be a theme for the next couple of sets. When we talk about the Hacker's Memory set, there'll probably be a trait of HM to go with theirs. But so Yuko is your standard if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory at the start of your main phase. But when this when attack targets change, So basically when raid or block happens, by suspending this tamer for the turn, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect one of your Digimon with Greymon or the CS trait, and it gets 3000 DP. But she also has an inheritable. When attack targets change, if this Digimon is Eater Eve, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. Yes, they've shown off a few of the Eaters. They have not shown Eater, Adam, or Eve yet, but it is good to know that they are going to be included in this set. I did a video a while back where I talked about what I would like to see in a Cyber Sleuth / Hacker Memories inspired set, so I may go back and look at that set and kind of figure out how close I was with colors and effects. Of course, we're gonna get another Nokia. She's gonna be a memory setter. She's going to play very much into the Agumon, Gabumon, Greymon, Gurumon, and Omnimon decks of red and blue. This time we're gonna get the female option of Amy Abba. Uh, when any of your Digimon digivolve into a Digimon with CS trait, its evolution is the same level as the Digivolution. By suspending this tamer, that Digimon may digivolve into a card with the CS trait. Based on some cards we've seen, if you're familiar with how Galaxy works, it looks like there may be some effects like that to where you can take the top card, put it at the bottom, and then digivolve into it again. So basically, for those who aren't familiar, Galaxy allows you to like take the top card, put underneath. So if you have a level 4, you can put underneath to digivolve to a different level 4. CS seems to be using the same type of mechanic. Next, we get a new errata. This is excuse me. This is a memory setter errata. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by suspend this tamer, change the attack to one of your Digimon with the CS or unidentified trait. He also has an inheritable of when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks. If this is Eater Adam, you may change the attack to one of your unidentified CS Digimon trait Digimon. So it's going to be very interesting to see how many of the new Diaboromon cards can work. They're going to work well with Eater because Eater has the unidentified trait. So it's going to be a very interesting deck to play. A black-white deck focusing on Diaboromon and the Eaters, I believe is. I wouldn't be surprised if that we see kind of on the sample decks, but it's definitely a deck I'm probably going to make. Another tamer we got to see is Yugo. This is very much just more focused on the CS trait. He is an uncommon, so you're going to probably get a better chance of getting him in a pack. But on play, reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 with CS trait among them, return the rest to the bottom of your deck, and then when any of your Digimon or Tamers with the CS trait would be played, by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, reduce the play cost by 2. So, Hugo can probably going to be, I would assume, be used quite a bit as a utility card, basically as a way to reduce cost. And since you don't have the trash, you can put them bottom of your deck. If you somehow make it back there, you can play him again, or but there's also a lot of effects like that as well. So it's gonna be very interesting. I was kind of hoping he'd be more focused on like Machine Dramon, not that Machine Dramon needs more support, but more, I guess, I understand during the game he really wasn't much, like he didn't really have a certain Digimon, it was his sister, spoiler, sorry, but it would have been more interesting, but I still think this is a good utility card. And we got to look at one of the secrets, Kyoko Kurimi, sorry. It's a memory setter. All turns when any of your level 4 or higher CS Digimon trait would be deleted. By suspending this tamer, return 1 CS trait Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So basically, if you allow your CS Digimon to get deleted, you at least get 1 back once it hits, from your trash. But this is also very interesting because it has a your turn once per turn. When this Digimon unsuspends, if you don't have Alphamon, this tamer may digivolve into Alphamon in the hand with the devolution cost reduced by 2. I kind of call this, like I said, I probably would do, once the set release, I'll probably do a comparison of what I was thinking a set could need versus what we actually got. But this is actually one of the cards I did talk about of using Kyoko as a way to digivolve into Alphamon or even play out Alphamon. Would have been probably nice to get a security effect, but to be honest, her being a memory setter, to spend to get a card back into your hand, and then to get a level 6 Digimon or out, because this is Alphamon, so none of the other the Alphamon or Kyurem mode. I bad with these names. You can't use to play that, but getting an Alphamon out for just a reduced cost of 2, yes, it will still hurt your memory build a bit, but still be interesting to get a Alphamon out this way. But as a secret, it looks really good. I'm really going to be interested to see how the alt arts of any of these tamers will be. After Cyber Eden, we're going into September, and we're going to get EX10 Sinister Order in September. And they reveal 2 cards. Our first is a Black War Greymon Ace. Reminder, Sinister Order is going to be focusing on villains of the series, so expect the Dark Masters, Malomyotismon, of course Black War Greymon. So aces are the hand counters basically. He gets Raid, Reboot, and Blocker on play / when digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon or Tamer, so a great way to get a Tamer off the field. And then alternates, while your opponent has a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, your opponent's effects don't affect this Digimon, so there's some protection, and he gets 3,000 DP, so he bumps up to 15,000 DP. Really excited for this. It'll be also interesting to see what other Greymon cards we get, especially since we got Yuko in the previous set, that will probably play well into this deck or into these cards to help that out. So I'm super excited to see what else we get in the Sinister Order. We also got to look at one of the secrets for Sinister Order, and that is Beelzemon Ace. Yes, Beelzemon, of course, a fan favorite of the series. Is also getting another ace card. I believe his blast mode has an ace card. Interesting thing about this is that he has another Digivolve condition of while you have 20 or more cards in the trash, you can Digivolve a level 3 with Intmon in the name for a cost of 4. So basically you can jump from a level 3 to a level 4. There's a few Intmon Beelzemon cards that do this, but it's nice to see an ace card as well. Basically it's the same thing of trashing 2 cards. He does have an on play when digivolving effect of if you have 10 or more cards in your trash by returning 2 non-digi A cards from your trash to the top of your deck, digivolve 2. And then he has a on play when digivolving and when attacking, you trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete one of your opponent's play costs of 6 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards, you bump it up by 3. Very easy to do. It's kind of interesting that you can, let's say you have cards that get triggered if you trash them from the deck. If you use the bottom one first, since you can kind of resolve abilities in whatever order you want. If you have 10 or more, you can return 2 back up to the top, and then you can then trash those 2 to get even more effects, and then to delete one of your opponent's Digimon as well. So that's pretty much from now until September, but we got news going even further, and things I'm really excited for. So first thing up is October. We're getting the Hacker Slumber release, and we got a beautiful illustration of Hoodiemon. I'm going to suspect Hoodiemon's actually probably going to be a secret or a super rare at least. But if this is Hoodiemon's artwork, I would be very happy with it. And that's all we got from the set. More than likely, we're going to see the HM traits play in, so it'll be interesting to see what characters play about. If we're going to get a new Angemon, if we're going to get another Yuko, because Yuko kind of played a part in Hacker's Memory and Nokia kind of did as well, not as big part. Hopefully it's more of the Hacker Memory crew, and maybe we will get the Tamer equivalent of Kyoko to go into um, Crusadermon, or Lord Knightmon, sorry. Next up, then we're going into December, and we're getting a new advanced starter deck, Amaryllis Mandala. This is going to be a Sakuyamon focused starter deck. For those who are not familiar, advanced starter decks give you the base 54 card deck, 4 Digi Eggs, and then the 50 card main deck. It also gives you 3 bonus cards that you can swap out as a way to be like, hey, swap these out, see how they play type style. It also comes with sleeveless playship and index cards. These do tend to run a bit higher than your average starter deck, but like I said, these starter decks tend to be a bit more because you're getting a deck and then some extra cards. And then usually there's also some other extra goodies as well, but we'll probably learn about that down the road. But if you're a Sakuyamon fan, there's a great starting point for you to probably add on to what currently Sakuyamon already does. So it would be interesting to see what option cards. We'll see if there's a new X antibody in there. And then, amazingly, so Digimon Time Stranger will release in October. And then the first set of 2026, BT24, is actually going to be a Time Stranger focused set. Super excited for this because I believe we will finally get a set. I don't think we'll get an equivalent Royal Knights deck to Olympus 12 because I don't think they function the same. But I'm hoping that we do get a lot of Olympus 12 Digimon out of this set. And it'll be interesting to see after playing the game for a couple months what mechanics they're going to bring over as well. So that's going to be January 23rd at the beginning of the year. We're going to get a Time Stranger focused set. That's going to be super exciting. As well as starting in October, similar to what they did with Digimon Survive, that's going to kind of be a unique set that you can get at your local store tournament. That's going to feature cards from the game. You can get Danyuki, Kanayuki, Ageomon, Inero, and of course Gomamon, Patamon, and Devimon. So, if you're having to play in store tournaments and you pick some of these up, these are always good. I love the artwork for this. It's simple, but it's kind of a great way to get people excited for the game as in a great tie-in to the TCG all around October. Not to mention, we're probably also getting the anime in October as well. Or maybe they hold off until November. Not quite sure, but I'm excited to hear more about it. And February, we're going to get another Liberator focus set, EX11, Dawn of the Liberator. So if you're a fan of the Liberator cards, here's another set where we're hopefully going to get more of it. Digimon Liberator is still releasing new comics as well as the light novel. As the novel as well. So we'll see what new characters are coming with it. We'll see what new cards we get. Super excited. I so badly need to catch up on the series, but what I've read and what I've seen, I'm super excited, and this has kind of been, I think, help kind of rejuvenate Digimon as well. But we're not quite done. Last major set that we know is coming is in March of 2026. We're actually going to get a reprint set. This will be similar to the Resurgence booster that we got a while back. But I'm curious, it's just going to be more focus on reprints. It'll be interesting to see if any rule changes come with this reprint. I don't suspect so. I don't know how long. I know they were introducing rotation in One Piece. I personally don't think rotation needs to be introduced in Digimon, but given how many sets we are in Digimon and that we're actually in block set 5 starting here soon, it will be very interesting to see if they do introduce a reprint set and how far back will it go. Hopefully, it will just eliminate everything before block set 1, and we'll see if a lot of those cards get reprinted. We'll see a lot if some of the reprints we get are going to be the Edera cards, or the cards that need to be fixed. That I would personally enjoy if a good number of the cards are only not cards that are good that need to be reprinted. That way they're legal for a rotation, but also cards that we've been playing and having to remember the different rule, the actual uh, readings of the card. I think it would make it a lot easier for everyone who is playing, especially for newer players. So that's basically it that came from the show as far as main TCG focus. Another thing is that Digimon Elysian will be at Anime Expo, which is from July 3rd to the 6th. So if you happen to go to Anime Expo, please check it out. I would assume we are also going to get information at that time about Elysian, about probably, hopefully, a beta program at the least. I'm excited for that. I know it's kind of be its own contained thing. It's going to have its own cards originally there, but I do see those cards breaking into the actual game itself. Uh, and that is pretty much it for the news in June. A lot of the focus has been Time Stranger. With Summer Game Fest just happening, we got a new trailer and we got the release date of October 3rd, or October 5th, my apologies. Plus, a lot of embargoes have been up, so you have a lot of people talking about what they got to play for at Summer Game Fest, at the expo part of it, things that don't get broadcasted to us. So it was very interesting to see that. But again, I apologize for lack of videos. I'm going to do an update video probably at the beginning of July. Around the same time, I'm going to be hopefully releasing a video about my regional prep. But yeah, again, I do apologize for the lack of videos. I am refocusing how I want to do stuff on this channel and what I actually want to do with this channel. But without further ado, thank you so much for listening ramble about all the new stuff that's coming with Digimon. Let me know down in the comments below what you are excited for, what you want to see. And without further ado, stay safe, may your pulls be blessed, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.